Hey, what's up, everyone? Jonathan Allen at Floodwater Studios. Hey, first of all, stick around to the end of this video because I have a free gift specifically for you. So you have your tracks recorded, you have everything kind of ready to move on to the next person if you're working with somebody. But how do you get those tracks to them? Say they're in Logic or they're in Pro Tools, but you're working in Studio One. How can you get those files over to the next person who's going to be touching this song without any question, any guesswork on their side? Let's look into that today. So let's hop into Studio One. I have a session pulled up. You can see we recorded everything. We trimmed everything so there's not a bunch of dead noise. You know, maybe we only started recording here at this line and then I just cut it off because they're background vocals. We don't need a bunch of information leading up to it. But when we're looking into handing this off to somebody else, if you're working with somebody, it's actually pretty simple. So what we want to do is come in here. We're going to highlight everything. We're going to go to Song and Export Stems. Now, this is where we need to pay attention to exactly what we're doing here. So, especially within Studio One, you've got some options for the export range. Now, your start and your end markers, I don't always live and die by those, so they can kind of sit in there wherever they're at, but I'm always on the loop. So especially if I'm exporting like a final song, if I'm, getting everything put together, getting it to mastering, I usually just loop it. That way I know exactly where I'm starting and stopping. Could I do it with start and end? I could, yes, but that's just my process for things. But for this, they're kind of set to the same spot, but we're still going to hit between loop for this demonstration. You can publish it through Studio One. We're not going to do that. File name, we're going to keep this. So this tune is Holly Jolly, and we're going to say it is 145 for the tempo. And this is the key of, what key is this? Normally we would put a key in just so they kind of know what they're working with. I don't remember what key we recorded this in, so kudos to me, huh? But we're looking here, and now I do want to write the tempo to the audio files, and then we are good. Now, by default, normally it will, in Studio One, pull up to close after export, so it'll close out the session when you export it here. We're going to leave that alone, and then we're going to hit OK. So now it's going to go through this process, making all these stems for us. Now, one thing you could think of too is, especially on the stem side of things, so my biggest position right now besides Floodwater is a musician at a church. And within the church world, I'm sure if you play in churches, if even smaller churches now, a lot of them use tracks, backing tracks. If you don't have a full band, or if you need like a specific part but you just don't have that extra person to do it, a lot of people go in, they record some stuff, they'll export tracks. You can buy tracks for the worship world and essentially play with them during your worship on Sunday morning. So this is a good way to do that too, because you can take these stems now and you could put them into other softwares to be able to do that. So the choice, really, there's a lot of options for what you can do with this. But let's go ahead and fast forward time a little bit here. All right, so now that everything has been exported, you'll see in your folder system here for the song itself. So if I come under Holly Jolly, where I have everything saved, and I look at the stem folder now that's been created, all of these stems are here. So what you want to do is go through and name them all properly. Now, we talked about naming everything in your session, so good practice is name it like you're going to hand it off to somebody so they know exactly what it is. So that is how quick and easy it is to export stems for your entire session. Again, if you ever send this off to somebody else, and they're using a different DAW or anything of that nature. It just makes it super convenient and super great for everybody involved. Quick, simple. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments section. Go ahead and like and subscribe, all that stuff. And if you have stuck around till the end, I have put together a new 5-step EQ guide for budget acoustic guitars. Now, it's no secret that I don't have high-end acoustic guitars here. I've talked about it many times, and I have come up with one of the greatest solutions that, in my mind, I have ever come up with to make them sound as professional as possible. So if you head to floodwaterstudios.com/budget, you'll get that link there right away. But I hope you guys have a great day, evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one. But hey, just like the new shirt for Floodwater says, go record something.